This is our video for Unit 9, Topic 4 of AP US History. Thank you for watching. The digital age. While the shifting U.S. economy hurt sectors of workers in manufacturing towns and other blue-collar areas, the economy as a whole did well during the 1980s and 1990s. That was partly thanks to the new focus on digital companies like Apple and Microsoft that increased automation and digital workflows in factories and companies. More and more people began to use the internet, which went public in 1991 in the form of World Wide Web. While websites sometimes begin with www, began affordable and then ubiquitous. While not unfamiliar, you should know that some of the more recent digital inventions and trends and how they changed American society and the U.S. economy as a whole, email, the internet, and cellular phone continued and accelerated globalization enabled new working patterns like telecommunicating. Sites like Amazon, eBay, and PayPal all changed the way people shopped and paid, often to the detriment of brick-and-mortar stores. Malls began to fade away or adapt by the 21st century. Social media sites like MySpace, Xanga, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram changed how people connected and communicated and even dated. See Tinder and Match.com. They also changed the media, and more media began to be consumed online instead of in print. Long-running newspaper and magazines developed digital print presences or failed. Some websites like Pets.com failed in 2000 in the so-called dot-com bubble, as early internet commerce was risky and new. Two inventions required a bit more detail. Cell phones and later smartphones continued the trend, more instant gratification and less privacy, but also increased connection and changed the definition of loneliness and solitude. Cell phones also changed how Americans drove. It started with the popularity of car phones in the 1980s and led to problems with texting and driving, or Pokemon Go, and driving during the 21st century.
The rise of globalization in the late 20th century continued to affect the United States economy as it became more and more enmeshed with the rest of the world. Some jobs went overseas, and U.S. companies became even larger multinational corporations. The United States was the world's manufacturing powerhouse during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. But this began to change after the 1950s and 1960s. The U.S. economy in the 1980s continued to lose industrial jobs as more manufacturing jobs went overseas and became automated. This transition into a post-industrial economy especially hurt industrial cities in the Midwest like Pittsburgh, Toledo, Detroit, and Gary. They made up New Rust Belt, a term that describes their downgraded status as factories closed and fewer unionized blue-collar jobs were available. This increased demand for post-secondary education, college or university, since booming fields like healthcare, finance, or computing often required BA or BS degrees.
Okay.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Free trade agreements have played a significant role in shaping U.S. policy by influencing economic priorities, international relations, and domestic regulations. The scope of the social safety net reflects ongoing debates about government intervention, welfare provision, and societal responsibilities. While the growth of the U.S. financial system underscores the interconnectedness of global markets, regulatory frameworks, and the influence of financial institutions on economic stability. Learning Target 2. Issues surrounding immigration, social diversity, gender roles, and family structures persistently shape the political debates, reflecting ongoing societal transformations, cultural shifts, struggles for equity, and inclusion. Learning Target 3. Economic inequality in the early 21st century grew due to technological advancements, globalization, financialization, tax policies, declining unions, and education disparities, widening the gap between the rich and the poor. Learning Target 4. The United States became involved in conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq, primarily to combat terrorism, dismantle regimes perceived as threats, and advance geopolitical interests in the Middle East. Learning Target 5. Increased security measures post 9/11 sparked debates about civil liberties at home and abroad due to concerns over government surveillance, privacy infringements, and balance between security and individual freedoms. Learning Target number 6. Concerns about climate change have significantly influenced U.S. foreign and domestic policies in the 21st century, leading to initiatives like the Paris Agreement to reduce greenhouse gases emissions internationally, as well as domestic policies promoting clean energy, environmental regulations, and efforts to mitigate climate-related risks.